Hello there, my name is Jay, and it's been a while since my last episode. I'd always hoped that I would come back and do more. I just didn't know when, and I didn't really know what they would be about. But we're approaching the halfway point of the year, and I got some stuff to talk about now. Now, I've already recorded an episode that needs to be edited down, and that's going to be a whole ordeal that's going to take some time. So, for now, what I thought would be kind of cool is to dig up an old, it's not really an episode of the podcast. It's the sort of proof of concept for the podcast. It was an assignment that my life coach gave me. I forget exactly what it was, but it was kind of a starting off point for this podcast. So I thought it'd be kind of interesting just to share what is sort of the unaired pilot of this show, I guess. I don't know what you would call it. I don't really know what I'd call it, but yeah, more episodes are coming. I guarantee that. But for right now, here's something else.
Baby steps?
It means setting small, reasonable goals for yourself, one day at a time. One tiny step at a time.
Baby steps.
Baby steps.
Oh boy. Baby steps.
So it is Monday night. I've had about a week to do this thing, and I just didn't do it because I couldn't think of anything to talk about. I thought maybe I could do a movie, maybe I could do a game. I just too many options, so just couldn't think of anything. But because I did do something kind of cool yesterday, I guess I could talk about that. So I went to a live stage production of Clue based on the board game, but also more so based on the movie in the 80s. And for the most part, it was just like a one-to-one kind of adaptation. Like the plot was exactly the same as the movie. A lot of lines were taken just like directly out of the movie, put onto the stage. And I thought within the first like 10, 15 minutes of the show or something that I was really going to hate it because it was basically just the movie, but performances a lot hammier, some acting choices that I wasn't really into all that much. However, as it went on, I kind of, grew to get used to this kind of thing, and I had to remind myself this is a stage play. They have to be, they have to exaggerate the performances. They have to really project what they're saying because they have to hit everybody in the audience. So they have to be as animated as possible. And the thing is, I was sitting like in pretty cheap seats. They weren't even the fancy seats that were supposed to like, the seat like moves downward or something. You sit on that. No, they were just like normal seats that were just like shoved in the back against the wall or something. So kind of hard to see the action, but because the characters were really, hamming it up, it was easy to at least make out what they were supposed to be doing and what kind of and what their character is, at least personality wise. But yeah, I ended up really enjoying it by the end of it. What I thought for some reason was going to be a musical turned out not to be. I thought it was going to be like 2.5 hours with an intermission, turned out not to be. It ended up being just like a very short 80-minute show. And yeah, it went by really quickly. I thought it was a lot of fun. And with like comparisons to the movie, I think for the most part, it did a really good job of adapting that movie to the stage with, throwing in its, little things that it need to in order just for it to work on the stage as a play. The thing that I thought actually was better than the movie was the ending. The ending was something that I think a lot of people like when they think of Clue, the movie, they think of the ending. It's the one thing that like kind of makes it feel the most like the board game. I mean, yes, you have all the same characters, yes, you have all the same rooms and weapons, but it's that ending that makes it like really kind of feel like, oh yeah, this is based on the board game where, every time you play it, there's a different outcome. And the ending of the movie is essentially three different endings, which is not the way that it originally was, because it originally was released in theaters, where yes, there were three different endings, but every theater had a one of those three endings. They didn't have all three endings attached to it. The three endings was something that came about on home media like years after its theatrical run. And I think that's the version that everybody's seen and knows. And honestly, it's the one that I think I prefer. Because even though there is one ending of Clue that is I don't want to say stronger, but it has like a bigger sense of finality to it than the other two endings. I still prefer watching it with all three endings. And they do something like that in the stage play where they have different endings. You know, they end it where it's like, oh, this person did it. No, this person did it. No, this person did it. But they did it in a way that made more sense than what the movie did, because the movie kind of explains it in a way where anybody could have done it, and then they explain what they did, how they did it, and it's like, I think you're really reaching. It's like I know what you're saying makes sense to you, and it makes sense to all the characters in the movie, but it doesn't really add up. It's more of just like, oh, you could have blamed it on anybody and just kind of come up with whatever reason. And it's like, oh, conveniently, yes, they did do it, you know. Whereas in the stage play, they do a really good job of giving every character a weapon in the beginning that they end up using by the end of the play. And they do this like multiple endings thing where every single person is responsible, but in their own kind of way. So they'll do a thing where it's like, oh, okay, this, you know, one of these six characters, they're responsible. Then they kind of go through the whole thing, like, you know, police shows up and he's like, I'm take, you know, you're under arrest, I'm taking you. You just said that you did it, so we're gonna take you. And then the show just kind of freezes. One of the characters steps forward and says, that's not really how it happened. Then we kind of rewind the scene a little bit. We pick a different person who's guilty, and then they step forward and say, that's not really how it happened. And we do that for like five different characters until we get to like the real big finale. And the cool thing about this ending is that every time they rewind to tell a different ending, they do it in a way where it's like they know they have to speed things up. It's like we're not going to tell you the exact same thing over again. So we're just going to do it in a goofy way where we just like really kind of shorten the dialogue that we just gave you before. Like we're going to shorten it even more. So we're just going to keep chopping out words. We're just going to have the characters run around really quickly. You know, it's just speed it up. It's like we get it. We know we're doing that thing from the movie, but we got it. We're doing every character now. We're not just doing, you know, like two or three of them. So there's that fun aspect of it to the point where when they finally get to like the fifth or sixth person, instead of the cops having to like exit the room, go back out the front door, and then come back in and show up just in time, they're just like, oh, we don't have time to go back. We're just gonna stand in the background while they do their spiel, and then they arrest the guy. So that's a really fun aspect of it. I like that there were so many different endings and they sped it up. And the like last ending, I guess, of the show is pretty much the, you know, the big ending of the Clue movie. And yeah, I think they handled that ending a lot better than the movie, with one exception, which is I don't like how the final death of the movie is handled. It goes on way too long. It's a guy that looks like, oh, he's dead. Nope, he's back up. He's got a second wind. He's, you know, running around. Oh, he's dead again. Nope, he's not. He's still running around doing stuff. Oh, now he's dead for sure, for real this time. It's like a death that lasts like 3 minutes, and it's like I don't get it. Why did it have to go on that long? In the movie, that doesn't happen. In the show, it's like we have to be a cartoon. We have to ham it up. And to be fair, you know, at times when it got very cartoonish, like Mr. Green, for example, whoever played Mr. Green was committed like 150%. He was just completely animated, completely off the walls with this wonderful kind of like nervous energy, but also really great physical comedy as well. There's like a chandelier that like falls on him, like it's falling on him very slow, and everything's supposed to be in slow motion. So all the actors are like moving very slowly. And he is like doing this backwards thing or something, like, you know, he's like trying to avoid the chandelier, and he's moving very slowly doing that. And it's very impressive how he was able to just sort of keep his balance for all that amount of time. But yeah, overall, I really liked it. It's I don't know why I thought it was going to be a musical, but it was not a musical. It was just the movie, but it was a different interpretation of it, and the things that were different about it, I really appreciated. I really liked. I had a lot of fun with it. And, you know, it's since watching it, I've been wanting to watch the movie again, and I might do that sometime soon. So there you go.